Welcome to my home in Queens, New York City. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mahua if you guys don't know me. I show more of like the realistic side of living in New York City, especially in your 20s as a native New Yorker. Maybe things that people don't really show you on the reg. I was very hesitant on filming this video and I kept pushing it off as long as I could just because I moved in about 6 months ago to this new place and it's not fully decorated or furnished yet and it's not perfect. I still have fall and holiday decor up in the middle of April. I decided that I still want to take you around my home and show you what the realistic side of living in Queens is, how much you pay and what you get in return, especially living outside of Manhattan. I want to give you some home decor inspo, obviously, because I treat my home like a little art museum and just give you a different take on decorating your home, maybe outside of like the aesthetics and the trends that are going around in 2025. So in this video, you'll see the size of my apartment, how much you get for the price that you pay, and obviously some realistic home decor inspo. Again, I'm not like a professional or an expert. I just put things around the house that make me feel good and make me happy. I'm really excited for you guys to see this video because it is very exciting and very vulnerable for me as well, just because I've never done this before. So if you are interested in seeing a realistic side of living in Queens, New York, my home, keep on watching because this is a good one. Welcome to my home in Queens, New York City. This is my first ever one bedroom. So this is a big deal because I only had a studio before. So come in, make yourself welcome, make yourself at home, but make sure to take off your shoes, because this is a no-shoe household. You are entering a South Asian person's household. So this is called the foyer, okay? I've never had a foyer before. I actually don't even really know the actual meaning of it, but I just consider this a foyer to make it a little bit more fancy, make it a little more romantic. So first we have this beautiful shoe rack right here. This is a pretty long hallway to my understanding and standard, so I was kind of unsure on how to make use of this. I put this right here because I want to store some of the shoes. There's only 2 closets in this apartment, so I really want to utilize the space. So it's like nice and hidden. And so as we walk in through this foyer, we have this beautiful mirror right here. This is for your fit checks, your final fit pics right before you head out, to get like that last look into your outfit to see if you forgot anything before you head out the door, right? Okay, so as we walk in more and more, we got some more art right here. If you guys didn't know, I'm an artist. So not only are you walking into my home, but this is also an art museum, okay? And you'll see a lot of loved ones art, a lot of my art, souvenirs, gifts. We got a nice little New Yorker vintage poster right here from Etsy. We got an intercom right here. This is very important because this is where I ring up the people that come into the apartment. I can see their face, so no shenanigans, right? They can also talk. I can talk to them. So this is very useful for me. And right here in the foyer, this is a little bench that I got from Facebook Marketplace. Guys, guess the price. It was only $50, okay? And what I really liked about this was that it was brand new. It's a unique shape, unique color, and it's a nice little like extra unique touch to the foyer where you can put on your shoes before you head out. And it's like something that you haven't really seen before, you know? I feel like we're very used to like the wooden benches and like the very white or brown aesthetics nowadays, but this is like my fun take on adding some character to the foyer. And then right here, oh my god. So I was like, what if we add like a little rack here where we can kind of use the tote bags or the jackets or whatever as like an art piece and add to the wall. And as you can tell, this is a very big bird household, okay? We love the birds. Everywhere that you'll see some bird motifs. So this is literally from Amazon. And I just love that it adds like that unique touch. Don't look at this, by the way, because again, I just moved in pretty recently, so the art doesn't have like a full home yet. And then right here, this is called my love shelf, okay? Many of my friends, when I give them this personal tour, they're like, what is that? Why is it called that? I actually just really made it up myself, right? So why I call this a love shelf? Because it features a lot of the souvenirs from my world travels, a lot of gifts from loved ones, a lot of my favorite books, photos, memories, and it's just really like a museum. And my favorite part about this shelf is that I thrifted it. And right when I moved in, I fell in love with this beautiful shelf at the flea market. It was like $80. So then I went back again with my brother's car. We picked it up, and then I brought this shelf over here. And it's just so beautiful. I love the color, the rustic feeling of it. So let's move forward. By the way, this is my mic on a crochet stick. I hope you guys appreciate my little makeshift mic. Here we are in my kitchen. Guys, this is such a big deal because I've never had a kitchen this big. I've never had an island. I have a dishwasher for the first time. Like, this is a very big deal, okay? So right when you walk in, you see this beautiful island that is a lot of fun to just host people. Like, I'm really in my hosting era right now, to have just more space when you're cooking and just like doing work and things like that. So again, this is my first ever dishwasher. Like, I learned how to use one for the first time at age 26, and I feel like an actual grown-up. I fell in love with all the cabinet space and just the very big and deep sink. Don't look at the dirty dishes right now. But my favorite addition right now to this kitchen is this mug rack. Okay, if you guys don't know, I'm a very big mug fanatic. I love collecting them, especially when I travel. So my partner the other day built this whole rack just for me so I can display my mugs in a beautiful manner. So just like how I'm showing you guys right now, whenever any of my friends or loved ones come, this is the first priority, okay? And then we have another rack right here with the little coffee maker, another embroidered souvenir from Slovenia, souvenir from my bestie when she went to Spain, a cookbook with my name on it, and again, some birds. Okay, another souvenir from Atlanta, a pigeon. It makes my whole day. And then right here we have the oven and, you know, my nice little coffee maker that I make in the morning, my nice little toaster, and then guess what? A microwave that is attached to the cabinets that I did not have to purchase on my own when I moved in. And then this is another beautiful museum gallery wall with my favorite memories and pictures and, you know, just knickknacks and magnets, because that's something else that I also love collecting. Like this right here is something that my baby cousin wrote for me years ago. This is from my student teaching days where one of my first grade students wrote this for me. Another great selling point about this kitchen that I really love, which is so just like bare minimum, is this magnetic knife rack, which I've also never had. So I was like, oh my god, yes, I need a magnetic knife rack. And I don't think I've ever really used it at all. But that's the little joys in life, you know? We have some fresh flowers right here. And then another great addition for this kitchen island is that these high stool chairs for the island were free. They were literally on the streets of Queens, and we found it on like an Instagram page that gives away free furniture for people who are moving and are just leaving it behind. Fit perfectly for this table. What I really liked is that it swivels, but it's perfect. It works so well with the wood that's already in this apartment. So this was like the best free find, honestly. Welcome to the bathroom. I am gonna show this spot very briefly. Again, it is not like decorated to the best. Like, this is just about something that I love doing is building this little over the toilet rack because it has some extra storage for my personal stuff and beauty things. One of the best things when I moved in was this bidet, what is it called? This water, what is this called? This bidet hose that was already attached to the toilet. Like, that was really a selling point for me. This you can literally buy for $20 probably online, but I was like, this is the one thing that's gonna make me move in right now. So anyway, this is my skincare area where I do all of my skincare and beauty and my knickknacks. Again, I've never had counter space, especially in the bathroom area when I was living on my own in my studio apartment, so this is like a luxury for me. There's also great cabinet space underneath the sink. I have my favorite hair care and shower brands that I use on the daily. I love the wall of this bathroom because I feel like it's rare to have like that true New York City feel. Obviously this isn't like a vintage like brick wall or anything like that, but it has some character to it, which I really like. I did consider like painting over it or like putting a wallpaper or something when I moved in, but then I'm like, nah, I actually kind of like it. And also something that you can't really find in newer buildings now are just like bathtubs where you can actually take a nice bath. This one is not just like a walk-in, stand and shower, right? Like this you can actually take a proper bath in, which I really appreciate. Welcome to the work area of my living room. I am so fond of this spot because I spend most of my day here just working. This is what I call my little small business corner. So here is where all of the magic happens with my brand, my collections. So when I pack orders, I like having everything like near me so I don't have to walk across the apartment and come back and forth when I'm doing all the things, right? And then we move into the rack of samples and future collections, current collections. Again, I like having it as like a little art piece that I can look at when I'm feeling down. I'm like, oh wow, I actually did make that. And it kind of like motivates, inspires me, but it also gives me like a good visual of what I'm working on. And this is an ongoing gallery wall that I am working on, and I am so happy with what it looks like right now because a lot of these frames are thrifted from local thrift stores and flea markets and things like that. And a lot of these art pieces have so much like memory and sentiment associated with it. Like, this is an art piece that I made. This is something that my partner made me. This whole bird print is thrifted. This piece right here is my partner's first poetry book with my collection embroidery in the background. So it's like a nice little double message, you know? But again, I am planning on expanding this to the other side of the wall. So this is really only halfway done. But I think a lot of progress has been made. So right here is my work desk. This is actually from Wayfair. So when I did move out of my studio apartment and I moved here, I had to get rid of my old desk just because it was so much bigger. I really like this one because there are little compartments here. So I have little drawers to hide away some of the things that I don't want to make it too cluttered. Tell me why I have 4 glasses on my desk. I don't know why I need 4 glasses. I actually just wear one of them. But I have a lot of my business thank you cards and just like when I print shipping labels and things like that. My planner, my iPad, my coffee, my laptop, all of the girly things on this. And then one of my favorite parts of this desk is that there's like a little magnetic section where I can put like magnets and cute little notes on it. Obviously with the iconic I Am a Rich Man poster that I made right above my desk to motivate me. Welcome to the actual living area of my apartment. This is where the magic happens. And when I say magic, I mean playing a lot of Fortnite after a long day, watch my YouTube channel, or not my YouTube channel, someone else's YouTube channel to wind down. Can you imagine me watching my own YouTube channel to wind down every night? This is where I host all my friends and loved ones. I just love this couch so much because this is actually a secondhand couch from one of my close friends. She was moving out of her Brooklyn apartment, so we literally brought 2 cars, my brother's car and my best friend's husband's car, to take apart this couch into 2 separate things and then bring it over, right? So this is like one of the comfiest couches. I got it for like $200 something. This is your sign to get something secondhand because there's just so much love and value and it's just inexpensive, you know? It's like you giving back to the environment. Right here we have this table, and this is from Wayfair. I again liked that it wasn't just like completely angular, like there's some character to it, you know? It adds some more like natural wood and natural shapes to the environment. And this rug right here is also from Wayfair. I wanted a nice little like pop of color and patterns that remind me of my culture and background. If you guys know me and my designs and my art style, I love a good floral, okay? So this is really just implementing my own artistic style into my home decor. So now if you come over here, this little stool is also thrifted. I believe it was like $20 or $30. I got it from the flea market. And this is a cute little addition to the home where people, again, can just sit on it and just yap with me because there's no ending to the yapping here, right? We have this nice easel right here with one of my art designs, and I like that it's right next to the TV because it adds like that personal touch again, because again, I don't really know what to do with this wall on top of the TV yet. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. But this TV right here, the biggest TV I've ever owned. Honestly, when I received it, I was like, I'm getting imposter syndrome. Why do I have a TV this big? But let me tell you, when you have a TV like this, it feels like an at-home theater. Fortnite is so much better, and it's just like a nice oomph, you know? I was very used to just not having a TV. I used to have a projector, and then when I did eventually get a TV, it was very micro. It was like kind of a monitor. So having this upgrade is just transformational in my self-care journey, okay? I have a nice, beautiful, big mirror. This is for my studio apartment to get those fit checks. 1 mirror, 2 mirror, they never hurt no one, okay? I feel like maybe having 3 or 4 in the same room might be a little bit too much, but I think 2 is like a good maximum, right? Again, a lot of the decor has not been thrown away yet, so this is from Valentine's Day. It's a deflated balloon, but this is art for now, okay? We got a nice little money plant that is growing. nice little Bangladesh flag to represent, you know, I have just bits and pieces of my heritage and art and culture just everywhere. And when I first moved in, my books just remained on the floor just because we needed places to put all the boxes and books and things like that. And they have remained since then on the floor in the past 6-7 months because I kind of like it on the floor. It gives like a nice she's a reader aesthetic, which is true. I am a reader. Right here, these are all of the plants that I don't take care of much, but you know, it's there. And my first ever candle warmer that I received as a housewarming gift from one of my sissies, I never understood the hype of it. Like, what even is a candle warmer? But now that I have one, it's really a life hack because you just have like an eternal candle that stays warm and it has a scent, but it doesn't really go down because it warms it, but then it kind of hardens again, right? I don't know if you guys knew that, but these lights were up here for Ramadan. But I really like the aesthetic of it, especially at nighttime when I'm chilling after a long day. So I think I'm going to keep it up for now. And then finally, we have some of my art supplies right here. What I really like about this living space is that there is a walkable room to come around through my work area. It really contributes to the feng shui of the apartment, you know, like it doesn't close off right just on the end. You can have walking space all around the apartment, you know? And guess what? New York City is a walkable city. So is my apartment in Queens. It's a walkable home. So finally, about this living room. What I really like about this couch is not only is it big and comfy and like a L shape, but the color of it is very neutral so that if you do want to add some color with the prints in your apartment, your rug, or whatever else decor that you have, it's not going to clash too much, but still it's going to be a good like central point, you know, to hang out and just like look at. This is like a little window into my life. Has some more souvenirs, Polaroids, cards, you know, a sound system. I don't know if you guys do this, but in the little crack in between the wall and my fridge, I have some brooms and sweepers. Do you guys utilize this little crack corner right here? Because I just thought, why not? You know, when you are living in New York City, you gotta make use of all the room that you can get. Welcome to my bedroom. This is monumental because again, I lived in a studio bedroom before, so I've never had my own space like separated from the living area and the kitchen. So this is a big deal. Okay, the fact that I can like read my book, have some tea here at the end of a long day since I do work from home is amazing. Okay, so this is my bedroom. It is still a work in progress, but I am loving the space right here because it is so light and airy. There's a lot of windows, and if you guys didn't know, this is a Nokshikata hand embroidered quilt that my grandma made me. And if you guys have been watching my last few vlogs, you know that I was in a little conundrum because I didn't know exactly how to preserve it and hang it up. I really like it in my bedroom because it adds like that personal touch and just me making this into a museum yet again, right? And then even this bed quilt right here, embroidered, I honestly think it's from Macy's, but it just adds that personal touch. We're a very big Macy's household here, especially in my immigrant family. I got a nice little like split AC/heater unit. I've never been able to control my own heat in my apartment, so the fact that I can control it in the bedroom and also in the living room is a very big deal. This area right here, this coat rack is also thrifted, and yet again you see another little bird motif because this is a very big bird household. And I got some of my most used purses and bags here and some of my, you know, other accessories that I reach for daily. And I love the gold green color combo. There are actually two dressers that I put together. It's actually from Amazon, believe it or not. This frame right here is thrifted. It was only like $60 or $65. Hauled it in my car. And this is just like my favorite area to get ready, you know? Have a cute little lamp here, got my perfumes here, and this is my little vanity table. I got my girly little brushes, my makeup, and my jewelry. This is a little jewelry case that belonged to my aunt like 20 something years ago, and I got my makeup right here. This is literally like a girl's dream. You know, this is a girl's dream. So this is one of the two closets that are in this space. And this is like this huge closet that I have for like all of my jackets and sweaters and all of my clothing really. So this is very handy. So even if it is one of two closets, this closet is still pretty big where it like stores a lot of stuff. The beautiful thing about this wardrobe right here is that I can store my at-home Pilates machine underneath it. Are you guys ready for the best part? One of the biggest selling points of this apartment? Okay, let's go. So here you will notice that there is a door. It looks very Parisian, very open, very airy. One of my close friends came over the other day and she goes, "You have Parisian sliding doors?" And I was like, no, but yeah. So right here, this door opens out into my very own balcony. Thinking about getting a mini barbecue machine, but let me know. So there's bird poop. I just noticed that there's bird poop on the table. So this is my very own balcony. This is cute because my partner built this like bench for me when I was in my travels, during my travels in Europe, and I came back to this brand new bench that I can sit on, drink my morning coffee, read my book. So it's very sweet that he did that for me. And then this little side table is also thrifted from a flea market, and I literally carried it over here in my granny cart. It was like $20 since it's gonna be, ruined by the weather, the rain, and this and that. I didn't want to spend too much money on it. This is cute for my little laptop, my coffee, my book, and things like that. This is the perfect spot to be during the warm weather. I haven't experienced summer in this apartment yet just because I moved in during the fall time. So I am so ready to just like get my vitamin C, my vitamin D, and just have a cozy girl summer. Hot girl summer too, but hot as in like the sun is on me, not like hot, So that is all for the final apartment tour, the very much awaited apartment tour, my first one ever. And this is what I get for paying $2,900 a month living in Queens, New York City for a 1-bedroom. So let me know your thoughts. Do you guys think that this price is kind of outrageous? I mean, New York prices are outrageous, but do you think that in comparison to what you've seen for New York City apartments, like this is a good price for the space, or do you think I'm like overpaying? I also have a laundry in the building. I have an elevator in the building. I have close subway stations. So those are some of like the perks that I have with the price that I'm paying, right? I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know how I did with the decorating it and showing you around my place. I hope you felt like right at home, like you were walking in with me. Again, this is like the personal tour that I give my loved ones, my friends and family. Just so you know, a lot of the things are still underway, under decoration, so it's not completely ready yet. But just know that this is like the foundation of me creating the art museum in my own home. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much. Make sure to like and subscribe if you guys actually did like this video, because it helps so much with the algorithm and pushing this out to other people who really need to see some realistic inspo like this. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram and TikTok, where I post every single day, is at Mahua Khan. I also have my fashion brand where I sell my art and apparel. It's called labyrinthapp.com. You guys saw my whole business corner right there. We also have a podcast called Difficult-ish, where we post every single week. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next week. Bye!